Hello, 'tis I. Hello, hello. Uh, yeah. Hello. I'm playing FriendSim. Not 100% sure if I'm gonna do other things. Trying to figure certain things out right now. Yeah. Hello, hello. Duh. You know, let's do it this way. This way doesn't look as nice, but chat's instant if I do this. Playing super. Duh. Yeah. Hello, I'm on that hive. Everything looks fine. My audio looks decent enough. It looks like it's going. It's a little low. It could be a little higher. Hello. Yeah, that looks fine. Morning, greeting. Okay. Huh? Looks like everything looks pretty slick. Everything looks alright. Yeah. It's a Thursday. It feels kind of weird. Feels weird. Since I hit the live button, it feels like it's Friday for me. So now my whole my body feels weird. It doesn't know what's going on right now. Yeah. Okay. First things first, before I talk about the actual game we'll be playing. I guess before I even start playing it, I made a blog on the site Tumblr. I am truly ready for the home. Oh, want this to be at the top always. There we go. No? Oh, whoa. Why my guy flipping like that? Oh. I have a Tumblr blog where you can ask questions, I guess. I don't really know what Tumblr is. Tumblr's past its heyday, I assume. I'd be surprised if it did. Yeah. This is the theme I chose. Like, audio's dropping in and out. Interesting. It might be because... Huh. I might... Okay, I might just be moving a little too much. That could be it. I can do this. It look... yeah. So it should be fine. Maybe it's just... Maybe I just need to boost it just a tad bit. Hello, test. Hello, it is I. Hello. Hello, 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 hello. Filters. There's no filters going. Okay, I should sound pretty fine. Only big one I trust. Was it Verizon who bought Tumblr back in the day? Or was it Yahoo? Who bought Tumblr? What was the big news on that when I was a youngin'? Or someone else buy it? Oh, okay, yeah, it was. Oh, Tumblr only. Okay, Verizon only bought Tumblr for a few years, and then Yahoo owned it. Okay, well, I had both the ones from my youth. I would remember who owned it. Okay, wow. I guess I don't. Automatic. Then, but these are the guys that own Tumblr now. Okay, wait. Maybe trusting Tumblr is the way to go. Oh, Gravatar. I set my Gravatar when I was young. I never changed it. And then once you go into like more professional things and you realize everything uses your Gravatar, like that uses WordPress at all ever, your profile picture kind of matters just a little bit. WordPress. Oh. Okay. That's the product. Where's increased number of firms? Product. Okay. Yeah. I trust Blue Sky more, but Tumblr is bigger. Yeah. And then these. Oh, the albums in the back of this. These are not like my favorite albums. These are just albums I tend to listen to. Music I tend to listen to here and there, singles and whatnot. But like the last, I don't know, over the last year, this is kind of what I've been listening to. I'm kind of a basic guy. That's about it. There's nothing special. Might be a couple weird picks here. Yeah. Boom. Huh. Tumblr blog. That's it. Not the first F11 to get out of it. Dude. Okay. Okay. So, I gotta set up buttons for everything to be better, actually. Oh, that was way too fast. I went up too fast there. That doesn't seem too loud. Doesn't seem loud at all. That should be a good volume. Okay. So, time to play FriendSim. Enjoy my time. We've gotten through 12 characters. And there are 18 volumes? 18 volumes. Okay. 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 Ever since you were a kid back on Earth, you've always held the deep, close wish. You've always held the deep, close wish to one day travel the world. You wanted to see new places, experience exciting new tastes and altitudes and temperatures. Maybe go scuba diving. You'd never imagine you would actually get the chance. That kind of cool stuff did happen to someone like you. Well, you're finally getting your wish. It's just a totally different world. Funny how life turns out. When you get back to Earth, well, you don't want to think about that. Who knows if it will ever happen? Who knows if it will ever happen again? Or happen? Why did I add again? Huh. You have really chilled out recently. Found your place in the universe. Drifting from friend to friend. Adventure to adventure. It's the only way to live. Oh, she's missing a pupil. Carmelia Namak. I guess we go with her. We're going left from right. You've wandered into a part of town that seems to have some culture going on. There are a lot of bright neon lights, and you can't read what the signs say, but you can see arcades, a performance space, and what looks like a movie theater, perhaps more indie oriented compared to the mall cinemas you've seen before. As you continue wandering, you come across a trendy looking building with a placard outside that shows a little cartoon doodle of a fancy waiter holding out trays of snacks. You can't read what the word says, but you recognize the intergalactic signal for free food inside. Come on in. Oh. You head inside, and it appears to be an art gallery. It must be opening tonight because there are festive decorations up and a little table offering drinks and hors d'oeuvres. Oh, boom. Which Earth is this guy from anyway? From like Earth 3, Earth 5. From my Earth. Okay. Screen. What is this one? This guy. I guess he's a purple guy. Oh. Is he supposed to be purple? So these ones purple too then? Are these guys like, oh, are all these juggalos then? Do we get to see a juggalo in this one? There are many other art appreciators here, and your adrenaline spikes when you realize that most of the trolls milling around are purple bloods. You're not sure if some paintings and snacks are worth the high chances of being maimed when chaotic violence breaks out. But as you're debating the merits of free food versus probable injury, someone approaches you. You don't. Yeah. Oh, they put E at the end of stuff, huh? Should I be like, yeah. Which is a good song. Dude, they give her a good dope ass song too. Oh, I just realized that's a trident. I'm stupid. Okay. That's a red trident. Okay. You don't look like my other patrons. Are you lost? Or are you perhaps looking to start collecting? If you're loaded, ignore that first question. Art is for everyone, after all, regardless of your blood color. The 4 black pupils in her eye glint and sparkle, and you're not sure yet if it's a menacing or friendly sparkle. She grins at you and it shows all her teeth. So, what do you think of the art? Have any paintings caught your eye? You look around. You don't know much about art, but you are a nerd, and a lot of paintings in here remind you of scenes from popular movies and games back home. We'll give you lucky number 9. It seems kind of derivative. You clearly know nothing. You clearly know nothing about art, pleb. If you don't like it, there's the door. Make room for someone with money to burn and better taste. Ow. Will fly? But oh, damn, she don't play. Oh. The artwork is stunning, perhaps the best I've ever seen. Troll Mona Lisa who? Stop. You flatterer. She puts a hand on her hip and winks at you, and you're guessing here that she doesn't actually want you to stop. You're also making the connection that she must be the artist who painted all of these. He kind of reminds me of Airden if he was an artist. Nah, she's like cool. She's like cool looking. Or Airden's like, I don't know, like hipster, super hipster, like classic hipster looking. Oh, oh no, I broke it. It looks cool though. Damn, the finger gun and the wink it's good. You sense an opportunity for friendship, so you lay it on thick and gush about how talented she is. Huh. I thought you looked like a dumbass. I thought you looked like a dumbass when you walked in, but you have good taste after all. Let me show you around. You follow Ramel? Ramel? Okay, I'm butchering this one more than the others, I feel like. How does the internet pronounce it? Ramel? I'm just gonna go with Ramel. You follow Ramel through the gallery, swinging by the table with the free food first. It's pretty good by the standards you've come to expect on Alternia. Standards you've come to expect on That seems weird. I'm gonna do that, maybe? Yeah. It's pretty good, yada yada, but what you thought was wine at first glance is actually Fago. No thanks. You may have noticed some themes in my exhibited work. I don't love clowns or gore as much as it may seem. That's just what I have for sale here. If you look at my work online, you'll see more of the full range of my art. But for this fancy gallery shit, Purple Bloods are some of my best customers. Those clowns fucking love art. They're rich as fuck, and they'll buy anything as long as it's violent enough or it features religious themes. You've seen the kind of destruction and mayhem that Purple Bloods are capable of, so you're surprised that she doesn't seem to mind being in a crowded gallery with so many of them. Most other trolls you've interacted with have done their best to steer clear of the clown murder cult guys, at least when one of those hate romance relationships isn't on the table. It's kind of dangerous to actively court them for her audience, isn't it? Hell sure. It can be unpredictable and keeping them happy requires some schmoozing. Occasionally, I have to pretend like I've drunk the Fago and pulled some religious references out of my ass. But it's nothing I can't handle. You can't make a lot more. You can make a lot more money as an artist if you're not choosy about what you draw. One of my customers is this blue blood moron who only ever commissions me to draw low bloods in quadrants with other low bloods. I wonder who that is. I've got him convinced. I'm giving him a deal on his rate when he's actually paying 5 times what I charge anyone else. My point is, artistic integrity is for chumps. If you want to get ahead in this world, give the people what they want first. That strikes you as a depressing outlook on the creative process, but you're aware by now that idealism on Alternia tends to lead to shorter lifespans. And you have to admit, looking around at the crowd in this gallery, that her cynical approach seems to be working. You tell her that she sounds pretty business savvy in addition to talented, and she winks at you again. Shit. Thanks. I know. Because I make bank doing shit like this. I'm able to fund my passion projects. You should really check out my webcomic. But before you can find out what her webcomic is about, she notices another troll that has been sidling up to you. As she approaches, she whips out what looks like a small recording device with a smile. Ramel's face goes carefully blank and she crosses her arms over her chest.
And how can I help you?
Yes. Hello, Miss Namak. I'm here with Alternia Nightly, and I must say, it looks like your first ever gallery exhibit has been a smashing success so far.
The journalist's syrupy tone enuncius. Words don't seem threatening to you, but you're picking up some tense vibes from Ramel, whose hair ribbon swings forward in front of her face aggressively.
Of course it's a success. I never expected otherwise.
Maybe not, but some in the art world have expressed surprise at the timing of this. Some have called it bold, considering that you're currently in the middle of a plagiarism controversy. Would you care to comment on the case against you by Trident Media?
Instead of being caught off guard by the question sprung on her, Ramel relaxes and laughs.
Oh, that's as they have any kind of real evidence that I'm violating their precious intellectual property. As all the characters I draw and profit from are entirely original, and Trident Media and their legislators are just mad about it because the whole internet knows that my storylines are the best than the source material. Oops, I mean, better than the unrelated creative works that my comic happens to bear a superficial resemblance to. Feel free to quote me on that.
The reporter takes the quote and scuttles away. Ramel seems unbothered, but you can't help but feel concerned for her. Copyright infringement is serious business. Is your new friend in legal hot water?
Nah. Alternia barely has any copyright protections to speak of. It's just that little pest Gorjek trying to stir up shit as usual. The company behind his lawsuit wouldn't even care if he hadn't got involved. It's no big deal. Nothing I can't handle.
You go back to following her around the gallery, keeping your distance whenever a purple blood comes up to compliment her on her work. You can tell You can tell that despite her confident attitude, Ramel is still thinking about that journalist. She taps her foot and frowns at the paintings whenever there's a lull in conversation, throwing glances at the door that the journalist just left through.
You know, it's not like Eternia has a free press or credible newspapers. That reporter was probably hired by someone with a grudge to dig up dirt on me. I don't think it was Gorjek, actually. Too obvious. Amateurish. No, this stinks of my competition. The artist establishment that thinks all I do is fan art. All I do is fan art and shouldn't be taken seriously as an artist. All the paintings are in the museum across the streets, and they hate that I've managed to pull my own exhibits. Those stuck-up, pretentious, bold scrubs have been trying to sabotage me for so long.
She turns to you, her hand balled up in two fists, and the X in her eye flashing with passion.
I've been waiting for the opportunity to strike back at them. If everyone is gonna accuse me of being a thief and hack anyway, I might as well steal from them for real. But their security is tight and I haven't had an accomplice until now. What do you say? Wanna help me pull off a risky art heist?
Damn. How could you say no to a smile like that? Whoa, this seems like an important choice. Hell fucking yes. Ramel does one last round in her exhibit, saying goodbye to her patrons and grabbing her bag, which seems to be mostly art supplies, as you head out the door and onto the streets. The museum that she wants to rob is at the end of the block in a much bigger, fancier building than the one you just walked out of. All the lights are off inside, and it doesn't have any signs advertising current exhibits.
We can do this one of two ways. Follow that journalist and steal the keys if she has them, or break in without them.
Well, we don't want to hurt the poor lady, so we just gotta bust down the door.
A heist sounds risky enough without spending extra time trying to pickpocket some keys.
You suggest that if this crime is going to happen tonight, it should happen now. No time like the present. Good point. Oh, whoa. Good point. Boom. There we go. I guess chat that better a little bit. Other things. Okay. Okay. Have we had any weird lag spikes? We haven't. Okay. Cool. I wonder what that caused that the other night then. You scoot casually across the street to the museum. After seeing the kind of looks your unusual appearance draws from passerby, Ramel takes some fabric from her bag and wraps it around your head.
There. Now people will probably just assume that you have horns. You're just embarrassed by them being tiny or malformed. Duck into that alcove shielding that museum's back door and wait for me. I'm gonna circle the block first, just so we seem less suspicious.
As you wait for Ramel by the door, the reality of this caper settles in. You've been excited about the heist at first, because who wouldn't be excited by the opportunity to sneak around, steal some art, and stick it to the man? Probably while a snazzy soundtrack played. But now you realize that in heist movies, they always have blueprints for the place they're gonna rob, and you have no blueprints. It seems like a dire sign. Before you can get too swept up in your worries, Ramel returns. Does she have any idea how to get into this place? Because the door looks pretty unbust downable to you.
Yeah, I've got some tricks on my sleeve. I've never done this before, but it'll probably work.
She roots through her bag until she comes out with several paintbrushes of varying size, then crouches down and uses the skinniest one as a lockpick. It doesn't work, but then she selects a different paintbrush with different bristles and uses some of the bristles bunched together, and the lock clinks open.
Ha! I'm great at this, but I could be an incredible thief if I decided to do that instead of art. Do you ever take the time to sit back and acknowledge how great you are at everything and try to do, and how much you trust yourself to never fuck up when it counts?
I do that. I do that. I'm that guy though. Yes. You hope that the question is rhetorical, because your honest answer is that no, you don't have a whole lot of experience acknowledging how great you are at everything you attempt. Your mental acknowledgements lately have mostly been the opposite of that. Maybe it wasn't rhetorical, because Ramel stays crouched down like that for a second, looking at you like she wants an answer. When you eventually come up with an awkward shrug, she stands up and puts away her makeshift lockpick, dusting off her hands and opening the door.
I guess not everyone can be at my confidence level. Anyway, let's go.
Oh. You follow her inside, much to your delight. You see this museum has an infrared laser beam alarm system. It looks so cool. Just like in the movies, and you're back to being excited. Ramel seems into it too, bouncing on the balls of her feet next to you.
Interesting, very... Oh, wait. Did I skip something? No. Interesting, very interesting. One of us is going to have to get through these beams to disable the alarm. The box to do it is across the room there, see? But these lasers are so close.
You can see the issue. Ramel isn't that tall for a troll, but she might be too tall to maneuver through these beams. Even if she bends over, it's still going to be tricky for her to squirm through all of them without losing her balance and tripping the alarm. But trolls that designed this alarm system didn't have your hornless ass in mind when they thought of potential intruders. You stoop over a bit to see if you'll fit. Sure enough, yes. You probably should be able to shimmy your way through these beams with minimal contortion.
Oh, yeah. I knew I was right to bring an accomplice. Great thinking, Mia. And great high skills, you, if you pull this off.
You recall what she said about confidence and trusting yourself not to fuck things up, and assure her that you've got this. I got this. You face the laser beams with your self-doubt shove all the way down, where it hopefully won't screw anything up for you. You take a deep breath and crouch down and carefully, so carefully, inch your way forward between the wires. It's the slowest you've ever crossed a room in your life, and there are a couple of moments when you teeter and almost lose your balance. You can hear Ramel hissing through her teeth behind you at tense moments, but you press on without looking back. And then you've done it. You've reached the box to disable the alarm system, and you have no idea how you're going to do that. All the buttons are labeled in alien alphabet crap.
Oh, right. I forgot you can't read. Press that one, that looks like... a meat hook with angry eyes, and then press the one that looks like a meat hook, but it's got a beast claws. That should do it.
That sounds bonkers to you, but if you look back at the buttons and her description of the letters were actually pretty spot on. Dun dun. You press the angry eyes and the cat claws, and the whole alarm system makes a soft shuddering noise and clicks and shuts off. You are thrilled. You did it. Who knew that doing something right could give you such a rush? This is just like the part of the heist where the heroes had to sweat for a minute, but then defeated the unforeseen wrench in their plans. You are certain that there couldn't possibly be any larger wrenches in your plan still to come. Ramel crosses the room to join you, giving you an appraising look with her hands on her hips.
Not bad. Thanks for coming through for me like that. Now let's get what we came here for. There's one work in particular that I'm here to get.
You follow her through the different galleries, passing through sculpture rooms and oil paintings until you reach a display of pieces that look inspired by pop culture. The paintings and prints in here remind you a lot of Ramel's exhibits, and when you look at her, you can see that she's rigid, her eyes flashing and a passionate blue tint to her cheeks.
I can't believe they called me the hack. Such bullshit. Whatever, it's cool. It doesn't actually bother me. I just need to send the message that they don't want to fuck with me. This painting right here is a direct ripoff of one of my earlier works, back when I was naive enough to put my art up for free, without realizing it would get copied and someone else would get all the credit and profit. Well, I learned my lesson. I'll take this so they can't sell it. Rip it off. Rip off. Their rip off. Make something even better and turn it over for a truckload of cash.
She grabs the painting, and just when the two of you are ready to heist roll out, there you hear voices at the back door, and what sounds like a team of security guards coming in. They must have arrived to investigate the alarm system shutting down. You're ready to embrace your panic, but you stop hyperventilating when you realize Ramel's vice-like claw grip on your arm.
Don't freak out. Follow my lead, and we can still get out of this.
You assume that the whole heist is off now, that security has shown up, but to your surprise, Ramel doesn't put the stolen painting back on the wall. She gives your arm one last reassuring squeeze before sauntering out of the room with her head held high, moseying with no hurry towards the front door. You follow her, nonchalant lead as best as you can. When one of the security guards stops her, Ramel gives him a condescending, slightly confused look.
What are you even doing here? My assistant told me she informed all staff I would be swinging by today to pick this up. Did you miss that memo? Give me a break. I'm sure it must be easy to miss things, right? Because security guards, you probably get so much important correspondence every day.
Her four people somehow give her sneering eye roll extra sarcastic force. She yawns, and with her free hand not holding the painting, flicks some non-existent dirt off her shirt. The security troll, a burgundy blood judging from the sign on his cop hat, looks uncertain and embarrassed.
But I get it. I understand across the wires. Since you're apparently too busy to do your job right, I'll catch you up to speed. I'm the artist behind this piece, and you've got a wealthy person interested in commissioning something similar. I'm taking this as a reference in order to negotiate a better deal.
There's absolutely no way these guys will buy her story. The two of you look so guilty, and you still have her yellow sash wrapped around your head, probably looking like an idiot with a head injury. But Ramel is staring down this guard like it hasn't even occurred to her that she might be questioned. You've never seen someone double down so hard on a story that is such transparent bullshit.
If you want to waste more of my time and yours by calling your superior, go to verify, go ahead. He might not be thrilled that this mix-up happened because you can't keep up with your emails, though.
The security troll was already wavering, and at the mention of his emails, he cringes. His co-workers behind him shuffle around muttering to each other. He steps back, horns lowered in embarrassment, and waves you and Ramel through with a mumbled apology. You can't believe this is happening. The two of you swagger out to the street through the front door, legitimate as anything. You don't stop until you've turned the corner to the next block. Then Ramel leans against a wall and laughs, holding her painting happily to her chest.
Haha, suckers. Feels good to get away with things, doesn't it?
It does feel good, you suppose. Mostly you think you're just reeling. You're still reeling. How did she come up with a story like that on the fly? How did she guess correctly that the security guard wasn't hyper-organized inbox zero kind of guy who'd never believe that he could have missed a message? Ramel gives you an odd look and reaches forward to unwind her sash from around your head and stuff it in her bag.
I just winged it, man. You overthink things. My guesses are usually right because I'm a creative genius. But if going after him for emails hadn't worked, meh. I guess we'd have been arrested, and then I'd talk my way out of that eventually too.
Wow, you find it hard to believe that she goes through life so easily, with that kind of unshakable belief that she can improvise through anything. Damn. That's how I need to be. Doesn't she worry that it'll catch up with her one day, someday?
Haha. You had the long answer, and this isn't. It's this. Nope, I super don't. And
Ah, ah.
and if you still don't get it, I don't know if it's the kind of thing you can really learn.
She picks up the painting again, looking down the street and away from you.
Well, that was a successful heist. And now that I've ruined the competition, I feel inspired. I'm gonna take this home and paint.
Wait, hang on. With a sinking feeling, you realize that she's getting ready to depart, and that this friendship might be slipping through your fingers.
Sorry, kid. You seem like you're not totally useless, at least. But I'm not the one for long-term artistic collaboration. It's a lot easier to talk your way out of tight spots when you're on your own. P.S.
You watch her go, your shoulders sagging with disappointment. You guys stole from a museum together, escaped together, bamboozled the cops together. You should have bonded over your shared transgressions and culpability. Every crime movie you've ever seen has taught you that heists bring people closer together, but cultural differences? Game over. Oh. Okay. Wait. I guess we gotta kill the man. Steal the keys. You would much rather walk through and unlock the door than try to bust it down. And the reporter is still in sight, turning a corner down the street. You try to imitate Ramel's casual yet confident way of walking, like she could blend in anywhere and pull off anything. But despite your efforts to not attract suspicion, you keep getting looks. Not being the same species as everyone around you tends to make you stand out.
Shit, this could be a problem. I can put together a disguise for you, hang on.
You watch as she starts pulling things from her bag. She seems to have all sorts of things in there, from paintbrushes to blobs of clay to paints. And you think she might be putting together some fake horns for you from scratch real quick. Before she can finish, you realize that one of the Purple Bloods about to walk into Ramel's gallery staring at you. He looks vaguely familiar, and you realize a little too late where you've met before when he starts walking towards you. Oh, is it? Ew, I remember when you broke into my apartment. It's the same troll that you and Palipa escaped from. You back away as he advances, a lazy grin on his face. Ramel glances from him to you and back to him again.
Well, fuck. Looks like I'm not going to have an accomplice after all. Sorry, pal.
She hoists her bag over her shoulder and shrugs her hands in a what can you do gesture. Then she's gone, a big purple blood paying her no mind as she absconds. You want to feel betrayed, but it's hard to blame her considering how scary this guy is. But in your heart, you know you're dead already, but you're not going to accept your fate without attempting to prevent it. You make a mad dash to escape, sprinting towards a skinny alley and thinking that maybe you can scamper up a fire escape or something. Unfortunately, your attacker's size doesn't seem to slow him down, and you can hear his heavy footfalls right behind you. He laughs, and it somehow sounds dopey and dumb and completely terrifying at the same time. Oh, you make it to the alley, but you fucked up because it's a dead end and you don't see anything you could use to clamber to a enough ground. You turn to face him, hopelessness sinking down to your toes. Your scrapey alien tenure on this hazardous new planet is about to come to a messy end. The purple blood swings his massive club lazily in one hand as he approaches you, not bothering to run anymore. You drop into a fighting crouch, trying to think back to your 3rd grade karate lessons for any move that might be useful. But before he can crush your skull in, you see a flash of movement behind him. He staggers, dropping the club as something hits him from behind.
As much as I appreciate inspiring my fans, I'm gonna have to ask you not to interpret my art so literally, as in no murdering.
Ramel springs off the troll's back after clawing him and rolls to the side, avoiding his swinging fist. She grabs for his club, which is almost as long as she is tall, but before she can use it, his next blow catches her below the ribcage, sending her flying across the alley and into the brick wall. Whew. She's on her feet again fast, but you can tell that she's injured, and now she doesn't have the element of surprise on her side. The purple blood turns his back on you as he closes in on Ramel, laughing again. You can't let him kill her. Not when she came back for you, but you have no idea how you can help here. Your eyes land on Ramel's bag, tossed to the side in the melee, and in desperation you grab a loosened paintbrush and rolled out of it. Ah! You dive forward with a battle cry and stab the end of the paintbrush deep in the high blood's calf. Violet blood squirts you in the face. He yells, and you manage to roll away just in time to avoid getting smacked. Damn, playing fucking Dark Souls now. The slight stab wound hasn't slowed him down much, but it's given Ramel a chance to dive out of his range, and while he is still trying to grab you, she gets a hold of his club again. Whoa, whoa, what's all my tracking? Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, that was wild. And she's stronger than she looks. Strong enough to get a good wind up with that thing. And when when he turns around towards her, she brings it down hard on his skull. Damn. 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 It takes a few more good smashes before the troll finally stops groaning and twitching. Ramel breathes heavily, wiping blood splatters off her forehead. She looks up, meeting your eyes. You are absolutely positive that this is the most dramatic way you have ever been rescued. You can't believe she came back and risked her life for you.
Don't mention it. I need an accomplice, right?
She drops the club and staggers over to you, pausing to spit out Trulian blood. You remember that she took some damage and hurry to support her, offering your weak human arm to lean on. Is she going to be okay?
It's fine. Trulians are tough to kill, even for a wannabe subjugator.
She tilts her head, looking down at the way her blood swirls with the large quantities of purple blood pooling on the asphalt.
Huh. That's actually not bad as an artistic medium. The colors and the textures work well together. Maybe that blue kid from Chitter is onto something. Anyway, thanks for having my back with the paintbrush. That took some quick thinking. We make an okay team. I've never killed anyone before, but that kind of ruled, didn't it?
You're not sure that you would choose those exact words, but you're pretty relieved right now. You might not have the bloodthirsty glint in your eyes that Ramel does, but maybe you can interpret your adrenaline shakes as euphoric overlord or something.
Hell yeah, me too. I can see why people are getting into this killing business. If I wasn't such a great artist, I'd consider switching careers. But sometimes when you're good at too many things, you have to pick one and stick to it. So no professional assassinations for me. I'm still determined to rob that shit out of my competitors though. And now that we've killed someone together, it just makes sense for us to stay partners in crime, right?
Your heart leaps at the implication that she wants to stick together. You truly do not mind breaking every law in the book if that means she'll be your friend.
Nice. We probably don't need to go around breaking every law. I just want to steal some odds. But maybe we can reschedule the heist for another day. This neighborhood would be crawling with drones as soon as they realize a high blood was killed.
You feel bad that this troll attempting to slaughter you ruined Ramel's gallery opening.
Oh, are you kidding? My customer base loves this kind of shit. My art will get even more of a violent reputation when word gets out that someone died at my first gallery show. That's a mental as fuck.
You limp out of the alley, supporting Ramel with your arm around her waist, and she directs you to the back entrance of her gallery where the two of you can clean off the blood and hide until the drones and the crowds are gone.
If you don't mind, we can lie low at my place for a few days while we plan this heist. I might as well get some work done while we wait and scam. That fight was pretty inspiring. You're already my accomplice, so how would you feel about also being my muse? Damn.
Not friend, though. That's not the right word I need to hear. Victory, more blood. Close enough, but missing some word there. Oh, how like loud is it gonna be? Oh, looks like none that was picked up. Whoa. Whoa. Wow. Friendship obtained? Yes. I think so. Shit. Okay. Was she better than everybody else? I think she was. Yeah, I think her, Dime, the demon. I forgot her name. Scala? Scola? I don't know. Something. And this one. Yeah. Oh, this guy's pretty good though too. She's on the upper half at least. Let's see how the flagrantly illegal. Oh, yeah. Boom, 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 boom. Cranial Okima. She's like a gopher? Something like that. Squirrel? No, gopher? I don't know my animal, I guess. Mole? Right now, your travels have brought you to what appears to be a normal road in an innocuous part of town. Not particularly upscale, but not exactly a rat trap either. Just pretty average. Oh. A row of those spiky purple bushes line the side of the road. Behind one of them stands a large, fierce troll who was glancing furtively up and down the street. Okay, that's less average. Oh. Hey. 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 How are you? Hey, are you her? I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry you heard that. Hey, are you her? Huh? I mean, are you her? Are you who I'm waiting for here? For? Well, your first instinct is definitely to tell her that yes, of course you are who she's been waiting for. Provided she's been waiting for a new friend. Oh. But honestly, you aren't sure your shtick is going to work on this girl. Of course, that's what I was thinking. It's so infuriating. She's so late. I'm so bored. Do you think she's coming soon? You don't know who she means, but you suggest that she might be more comfortable waiting somewhere that isn't in a spiky purple shrub. Don't be stupid. My client values discretion. I have to lay low. The shrub hardly manages to cover her, and standing behind it and shouting is definitely not making her less conspicuous. Ugh, I can't read. Neither is asking random passerby whether they are her clients. Not that you can talk, accosting people left and right and asking them to be your friend is kind of your whole deal. Ugh. You aren't country lady 453. Huh. If you are country lady 453, then who is? Country lady 453? That almost sounds like Skyla was her name. This is Zarya. Sorry I'm late. I couldn't. What intonation? You'd know that genteel charm anywhere. Well, my stars. I definitely wasn't expecting to see you around here. What a masterful coincidence. You are incredibly glad to see Skyla and Lady 2, all unkidnapped and everything. You give Skyla a hug, which she enthusiastically returns. She nearly picks you up off your feet. Lady shoves her nose against your neck and gives you a few sloppy licks. Who the heck are you? I have business at this bush. Maybe find your own. And now the friendship is easier. Hopefully. Hopefully. Oh, sorry. But I'm the business your bush has been looking for. Wait. You're a country lady? The very same. The name's Skyla
Koriga. Pleasure to meet ya. Huh. I didn't think you'd be a bronze. I've gotten that before, honestly. Also, by the by, this concerns them too.
She puts her hand on your shoulder.
It does.
It does?
Sure enough. They were there when it happened. They even helped me fight off the varmints who tried to take my lashes. Yeah, right. When you said something about that in your message. Right, yeah, you said something about that in your message. But I don't get it. What do you want me to do? Well, the bandits. Well, right. Well, the bandits didn't get a lady. But other kids hadn't been so lucky. Lowbloods have been hit especially hard. I want you to find the bandits' base and operations, and I want you to take them out. Permanently and painfully.
Connell's mouth moves slightly, like she is trying to reason through the steps of Skyla's conversation. Then she catches up and slow grin spreads over her face.
Yeah, I like painful. And permanent. By the way, you want me to get revenge for someone else's luscious? Why? Well, a few of us got together and decided to do something about it ourselves. Since there was no hope of the heiress or her drones doing anything to stop the bandits. And since they elected this as me a spectral, seeing as how I'm the oldest and least easily shook. Okay, sure. I guess that's why it isn't important. How much you got? How much you willing to throw down? I don't know your Lowblood's gonna afford my fees. Let alone a bunch of country rusties.
Lady starts to growl and Skyla puts a pacifying hand on her head.
Everything's fine, lady. We expected this, didn't we? We were hoping you'd be willing to do it out of the goodness of your blood pusher.
Fuck. Damn. You're gonna laugh so hard that she spits. Skyla winces.
You gotta pan this order. You think I can take any charity cases? I don't work for pretty smiles. Keep your complaints to yourself, missy. That wasn't... I didn't mean to say that out loud. Why don't you go find the bandit yourself? You know full well I don't have the means. But you do. It'd be a cakewalk in the recreation field for you. If you weren't so nasty and selfish. Or maybe you're scared. I'll show you scared.
Holy shit, it's Troll Nappa and Troll Applejack. That's not Troll Applejack. This troll's too cool to be Applejack. Oh hell, they look like they're about to throw down. You gotta do something to defuse this situation. Done. I know some people. Get the whole band together. You mentioned that you are important, a real mover and shaker in the alternating economy. You have a bunch of amazing local friends. Whoa. Some of them are rich, or have giant internet followings, or are just very, very enthusiastic about meat. The point is, you know people. Wow, that's really generous of you. Offering to leverage your relationships for my sake. I know I didn't make a mistake trusting you. Well, that's a different story, I guess. Why don't you call up your fancy friends? Oh, fuck. Oh, no. How could I be so naive? I don't have the palm husk. Oh. Ah. Ah. Ask Frontal if she's works on spec.
What? I don't work on spec. I'm only licensed on Alternia. Just kidding, I don't have a license.
You explain to Colonel that working on spec means doing some work for free in hopes that you are going to be paid later. You say it's unlikely that the bandits only go after Luscious. That would be totally ridiculous when there are so many other things in the world to steal. Like money. They probably have just heaps of money in their hideouts. And if she breaks in and she can just have it all. Skylar doesn't want it. She just wants to save the loose eye. The loose eye. You are just dang convincing that you almost convince yourself.
I'm not so sure. So like you might be trying to fuck me over.
You let out a scandalized gasp to convey just what an untoward accusation that is. You are shocked. Shocked.
Ha. Fine. Anything to get away from this stupid bush.
Oh, shit. She kicks the prickly purple shrub so hard it uproots and sails across the street to land on the hood of someone's car.
By you? You're coming with me. I'm gonna hold you to that. And there's no money, then I'll hold you tighter. And squeeze. Until your weirdly colored eyes pop out.
Yikes. You believe it too. She could definitely do that. But here's your chance. You've got tons of success stories proving that forced exposure is really the best way to get people to like you. Sounds just peachy. When do we leave? When do we leave? Breathe. Oh. Whoa. Colonel kicks at another bush. She seems to have an anger management problem. Well, you guess she is managing it. She's taking it out on that shrubbery instead of you or Skyla.
We aren't doing anything. You aren't coming.
Lady starts growling again and Skyla looks like she wants to join in. Excuse me? Connell gets up in her face, moving way faster than someone her size seems to like she should be able to.
You aren't coming. You'll just get in my way. You're distracting.
Skyla's mouth twitches just the tiniest bit.
That is not... Fuck. That is not what I meant.
Damn.
You keep tricking me. I just meant that you'll probably stop to save some bark beast wrigglers and get us all called.
Skyla crosses her arms and tosses her hair. Fine. I'm counting on you two. Boom, bada boom. You figure that the information gathering stage of the operation is next. You've seen heist movies. You know how shit works. But Connell just shouts at someone on her palm husk for a while, then punches some coordinates into a car that you're pretty sure isn't hers. It takes you to the outskirts of the city, past long stretches of cracked concrete and urban sprawl. Not exactly the place you'd expect to find bandits who steal farm animals. You point this out to Connell. She tells you to shut up. So you do. Smart. I'm a smart guy. You leave the car and walk the last few blocks. The bandits' operation is honestly not super impressive. It's a long industrial structure that looks more like a manufacturing plant than a den of thieves. Besides, it is something much more impressive. A sleek black spacecraft, not like yours. This one is the Mercedes-Benz to your banged-up Chevy Malibu. Even before you crash landed it, that thing was a hunk of junk. Whoa. I guess this game's newer. I'll let the newer. I mean, like last decade or whatever. Damn, I'm old. Damn, I'll give this game a pass. Hating on a Chevy Malibu.
Oh, holy shit! Is that an adult?
What? The ship? Fuck. No, dingus. You follow her frenzied gaze, and oh, right. The troll besides the ship is taller than anyone else you've seen here. Her skin is darker gray, her claws incredibly long. If everyone you've met so far has just been a kid, wow. They all deal with stuff that even adults on your planet don't routine death, dismemberment, and like 4 different relationship dynamics. If there really are no mature trolls here, then where are they?
Wait, hold up. If you're saying where you're from, you live with adults?
Yeah.
You all live on the same planet?
Sure do.
Huh, well, maybe you're tougher than you look. Adults are terrifying. Come on, let's get closer.
You and Connell sidle up close enough to the trolls to overhear them haggling over stolen goods. So far, the conversation is too general to tell if they meant the Lusai.
Damn, they must have globes of steel. Talking back to an adult? I mean, I'm great at rushing in without giving it any thought. I'm not a total moron.
The 2 trolls appear to come to an agreement. They shake hands and heading back into the warehouse together.
So what do you think? Or should we duel?
Huh? You? Connell is the expert here.
Yeah, no shit. We're punching. I'm also good at slashing. But as Daja always does the thinking.
I would have assumed the chapter is an adult. I'd assumed the character's an adult since they were on a space flight or something.
And the planning. He's the one with the I-beams and the big think pod. Don't tell him I said that. Please.
You assure her you couldn't tell Ozdaja anything at all because you don't know who he is.
Oh, right. Adaja is a frustrating, bulge lord loser who sucks so bad. Also, he's my mate spirit, and we have been together for sweeps. He's supposed to be here, but he's off busy doing some dumb bullshit. I need you to be the pans of the operation, okay? Please, do this for me.
Oh dear. Oh my. Let's search that spaceship. Here's your chance to prove you are totally capable of making non-disastrous choices. You reason it would probably be best to check out that space cruiser while it's empty, since who knows how many people will be waiting for you in the warehouse.
Yeah, that works for me.
You suspect that Connell would have agreed to anything you suggested just as long as she didn't have to make the decision herself. What a mood. As the kids say these days, big worm. There are so many tough decisions in your life recently. You're worried that the spaceship will be locked and your great plan is going to be over before it begins. But the door glides open easily and silently. Whoa. Connell leads the way. You let her. You don't know what wild security measures a troll ship has, but you do know you don't want to find out. The inside is normal enough. a pilot's and co-pilot seats, a central panel covered in more of squiggly alternating language, and a bank of sleeping screens. Other than that, it is remarkably bare of any homey touches, not like your ship, which, in your humble opinion, was very nicely decorated. You've got some pretty dope posters on your wall. More to the point, there is absolutely nothing of value here, Connell can tell also.
Ugh. There's no point being here. This is just a cruiser. All the good stuff is definitely going to be inside the warehouse.
Okay, fair. You have no idea what you're doing and you... sick of pretending that you do. You wish you could just take a breather, honestly. The strange, compulsive desire for more friendship is still there, but you are pretty exhausted.
Let's just fuck.
Whoa. Oh, wow. That's kind of morbid, Connell. You aren't even at the friendship stage yet.
Calm your gigantic toll. I mean, oh, fuck. That's an adult troll, and we're definitely going to die. And that's why I said the fuck word.
Oh. Oh. Fuck. That is a big troll. Connell is pretty big. She's the biggest troll you've met so far. If someone fed you truth serum and put a gun to your head, you might even describe her as thick. This troll is fucking terrifying. And she looks pissed. Or maybe that's just how her face always looks. There are teeth. Lots of teeth. Who tells you you could be in here? I didn't order any ugly wrigglers.
Who you calling ugly?
Connell immediately slaps the cloth gauntlet over her mouth, apparently remembering who she is shouting at. The adult troll growls, and you don't mean she sounds angry. It's not a husky, sexy metaphor. She really fucking growls, a deep, guttural animal noise. Staring into a pair of merciless cobalt eyes, you experience a pulse of crystalline fear, blank and cold. You are pretty sure constantly braced for death, but that doesn't mean you're looking forward to it. Instead of springing forward, you and rendering you to pieces, the adult stares at you. Damn, adult monster troll. Take a picture. It'll last longer. The last thing you remember is those blazing eyes. Then that fades and you slip away. When you thrash back into consciousness, Connell is right on top of you, pinning you to the warm, thrumming metal of the spaceship wall. She doesn't look angry or scared or anything. Her snarling, expressive face is utterly blank. You say her name a couple times, but she doesn't twitch. She just squeezes down harder, grinding the bones of your wrists together. Someone is swearing. Oh, fuck. You strain to see around Connell's head. The adult troll is seated at the pilot seats, and the console is lit up. You realize what the thrumming in the walls mean. The ship is moving. You see the sickly green gray of alternating night sky, and your stomach does a disorienting leap of mingled elation and dread. You can't believe you're actually going to space and finally heading somewhere besides this fucking hellhole of a planet. Of course, that's how you felt when you were first leaving Earth, and you have no idea where this troll is bringing you. And your new prospective friend is just sitting here, like she's hypnotized. She only reacts when you struggle, and then only to slam you back against the wall. You just randomly fall asleep, didn't you? How the heck did that happen? Oh, how did that happen? Oh my gosh. The adult starts talking again, but she isn't talking to you. No, I'm on my way. No more delays, I promise. A luscious shipment is on schedule. Don't worry. Everything is... Sirens scream and screens flash. The ship bucks wildly like a sailboat hit by a wave. The adult troll's fingers fly over the consoles. No, what the hell? I don't know. It's like I've lost all control of the damn thing. Fuck. Connell's grip on you loosens. She pulls away and shakes her head back and forth, shaggy hair flopping into her eyes. What the hell? Where are we? She sounds small and lost. The adult troll doesn't turn around. She's too busy yelling a mayday into her comm and trying to wrest back control of her ship. Wrestle? Rest? The whole thing shudders again, and yours and Connell's head bonk together. Ow. The ship bucks again. It feels less like engine failure and more like a gigantic baby is shaking. It's like a rattle. And you're scared, sure, but you're also awash in a sudden and unexpected flare of understanding and competency. Because this isn't the first time this has happened to you. This is exactly how you crash landed on Alternia in the first place. You were just passing by, minding your own damn space business, when your ship decided it wanted nothing better than to just snap its reins, tossing its wild head and head straight for the unfamiliar planet below you. You push yourself to your feet, trying to tame your nausea as the ship rolls. You grab Connell's hand and pull her across the compartment to a glowing screen signal on the wall. You don't know much, but you do know absconding when everything starts falling to shit. Hey, what are you? Let go of me. Absolutely not. If you do that, you will not be able to be friends with her, because she'll be dead. With the strength born of desperation, you pull her into the escape pod with you. We won't fit. You will. You do, but it's uncomfortable as hell. Craning your neck at the very uncomfortable angle, you manage to reach around Connell and press the big red button on the wall. An alarm sounds and you hear the adult say, "What the?" before the door slams shut and the escape pod rockets out into space. You shudder back down towards Alternia, Connell's weight crushing your delicate ribcage. Poor ribcage. You're surprised it hasn't sued you for damages yet. Wow, that sure was a shit show. Hardships bring people together, don't they? That's def a thing. Unfortunately, you judge from Connell's swearing and muttered death threats that this is not one of those times. Game over. Dun, dun, dun. Like, what's going on in this picture? Like, what's going on this picture? So I'm dead. I'm dead. She looks like bored. Is that my head goo going around? My head off my body in this picture? Interesting. Boom. Boom. You're escaping. Yes, I'm escaping the mortal plane. Boom, dun, 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 boom. What's tomorrow? Oh. Wait. Is I wonder what that photo was of then. Oh. We followed the pirates into the warehouse. Space pirate. Interesting. Mind control powers. Interesting. You decide to follow them into the warehouse. That way, at least, you won't be trapped in a confined space if anyone comes back to check on the ship. You get ready to do some James Bond-ass shit, ducking behind corners and saying, "Cover me," maybe executing some sick rolls down the hallway. You can't really do any gymnastics, even when you aren't healing from broken ribs, but fancy James Bond, you sure can. Connell doesn't bother with any of that. She just stomps down the hallway towards the first door. Damn, she really hadn't been joking around when she said she was more into the straightforward approach. You pick up speed to try to get to the door before she does, just to prevent her from charging in there and getting you both caught immediately. Good thing too, though the window in the door you see what looks like some kind of break room. A couple of trolls are messing around on their palm husks, and a few more are sitting at a table playing some kind of game that involves cards, dice, and little colorful shells. Oh, come on, there's not that many. We can take them. Oh, I forgot you were my partner. You're just dead weight. No real argument there. Felipe told you that most pros work together for a reason. It's much harder on your own. You wonder if Connell would have been so hot to take the job if it hadn't been for Skyless. Vibe? Yeah, that's the word. Vibes. They were vibing. You have to do this. You have to rally. Connell is already losing faith in you. Or maybe she had no faith in you in the first place. Whatever. You choose a different door at random and go down it, assuring Connell that you definitely know what the fuck you are doing. What? Where are you going? You've been down this road before with Demon, and you meet Quest through the sewers. This is possibly slightly higher stakes, but the same basic principle applies. Fake it till you make it. Connell gets annoyed much faster than your other friend. If her sub-vocalizations are anything to go by, damn, you really need to step up your game. You think back on all the heist and infiltration movies you've seen. Oh. I'm yawning. That's weird. I didn't get much sleep last night, I guess. Maybe you can find a locker room or a troll laundry room and find one of those SWAT hazmat suits. What's it called? What's it called? Is it Liar's Dice? Is that what the game's called? Yeah, Liar's Dice, because they're pirates. Yeah, or something like that. Right. This is what they're playing. Yeah, okay. This could be cool. Dude, where's my Homestuck Liar's Dice at? Oh. Boom. Yeah, that would be the best plan. Just put on a disguise and wander around like a sneaky fucking, oh god damn it. You are too busy focusing on your brilliant plan that you open a door without thinking and find yourself. Oh, that's a big ass dice. That's not liar's dice, actually. Probably gambling that. Not thinking to find yourself looking at troll playing card game. Somehow in your random quest through the warehouse, you manage to double back on yourself and come out on the other side of the break room. Classic. This is classic you. You're almost charmed by yourself. Almost. Personally, I'm charmed by myself all the time. There's a frozen moment when all the bandits just stare at you and Connell, perhaps taking in the truly staggering idiot level you have achieved. Thank fuck. Oh shit, she means business. We should have just done this from the beginning. Boom. Oh. You've gotten into quite a few fights since arriving on this planet. Well, mostly you've stood around while other people fought. Oh. But the most is Connell. She is brutal. She takes out almost the same number of bandits that you, Skyla, and Lady did in a quarter of the time. Multicolored blood flies. And God, you know, these are bad guys. They've been stealing lush and selling them, which sucks. But right now, they're kind of just a bunch of kids getting massacred. You don't feel great about it. Jeez. In fact, you think you might need to sit down for a little bit. Your back hits the wall and you slide down to the dirty floor. You're all clammy all over here. Hey, pathetic. Gonna pulls her gauntlet out of the final troll's neck with a spray of yellow blood and squelch that makes your stomach roll. She notices you on the ground. Jeez, that's a lot of blood. What are you? Are you serious? Come on. You try to tell her that she volunteered you for this mission herself, but you can't slow your breathing enough to get words out. You aren't sure why now is the time you finally freak out. Maybe it's the close quarters, or maybe you've been on Alternia long enough for this multicolored mess to finally start registering as blood. Maybe you've reached your horror saturation point, whatever. If you've learned anything from this experience, it's that the way of things doesn't actually matter. Anna looms over you, raising a gauntlet. She's gonna kill you. Oh no. At least, if you're dead, you can't puke on yourself. But instead of brutal stabbing, you feel a steady pressure on the back of your neck. Connell pushes your head until it's between your knees. Take slower breaths, idiot. You follow her instructions, too light-headed to dwell on the absurdity of being coached through a panic attack by a girl who just murdered like 10 dudes. She's surprisingly good at this. Huh. Daja freaked out on his first fight too. It wasn't even bloody. And the little regular passed out. I guess some blood casts really are better built for violence. She sits down beside you and pats you on the back. You kind of wished she'd taken the bloody gauntlet off first, but you appreciate the gesture. You were having a hard time reconciling this Connell with the one who had snarled at Skyla for being too nice. I'm multifaceted. Also, fuck her. Which reminds me. She pulls out her phone out of her pocket, smearing a little olive blood across the screen. Korea, I got your bandits. She talks a lot louder on the phone than she does in real life. Yeah, no shit. Of course I work fast. Especially when I don't have anyone to slow me down on a bunch of tactics and plans. Ah, save it for your kismesis. She hangs up and glares at the phone. You tell her she really seems to hate Skyla. Connell's face goes a fierce shade of green. Don't be stupid. I barely know her. You don't press the issue. You also don't point out the kind of obvious point that these probably aren't the only trolls in the facility. The one who had been haggling with the adult isn't here, for instance. But if Connell forgetting about them means less murder, you are all about it. There is no way the bandits are continuing their work after this. Connell also seems to have forgotten about the fact that she came here looking to be paid. And nope, she's looting the bodies. Great. It's a lot messier and takes way longer in real life than it does in video games. In the end, she ends up with 5 palm husks, a laptop, some jewelry, and some little squares of plastic you think might be sci-fi credit cards. Whatever. There's barely anything to her. That I made it pretty worth it. Well, you're glad it was good for somebody, at least. You are trying to not think about it and maybe get outside as fast as possible. Whatever Connell wants to do with your outstanding debt at that point, well, you can square up out there. Yeah, don't worry about that. I'm not actually going to squeeze you. It would be too easy. Like squishing a march bog. Fuck yes, saved by being pitiful. I don't have any money anyway. Don't you have any money anyway? I mean, you are wearing an abolition robe. True. Connell helps you to your feet. You kind of want to ask if you're friends now, even though the only bonding activity you've done together is combined murdering and comforting, with her doing both of those things and you standing there like a dumbass. But really, you've made friends with worse people for worse reasons. Oh. There. Why don't you take one of these? He hands you one of the palm husks. Thankfully, it only has a little bit of blood on it. Actually, it might be mustard, like the actual condiment. But she's giving you a phone. Why? Oh my god. You don't have one, right? I mean, you don't even have pants. This way we can keep in touch. Oh my god, she's gonna give me her number. Yeah. And you can tell me if you have any more jobs with an excellent violence level. Like this one. Yeah, let's exchange info. Oh, palm hooks are really useful. And you can use them to call people and everything. You aren't sure if she's making a joke. Possibly. She just thinks you're an idiot. That's okay. You can deal with that. Because not only did you make a friend today, you got a gift today. Holy shit. You killed it. Victory. Write my number. Ah, we did it. We are winner chicken dinner. Okay. Do I do more? Who are the next people? Oh. Wait. They come back? Who gazes at cool and tempers hot. Oh. Oh. He's like a weeb. Or a cyber ninja samurai type thing. This doesn't hurt to look forward, really. Damn. Oh, is that the guy that she went for in that thing? Thingamajig? Damn. Who's the best one of these guys? Fucking wait. Is he the only one that like has a pretty boy vibe like that? Oh. Is this one the wait. Their change, the art changes a little bit, huh? When does it change? Volume 8? No. 10? 11? No, maybe it just always looks different slightly. Oh, 2 purple bloods. 3? That got purple? Bubba Booey. Yeah. I'll do one today. Told Goku. Whoever that is. Oh. Oh, this guy looks like a fan favorite right there, kinda. Give me the vibes people like really like this guy. Him. I don't know about him. Probably her. This guy looks cool. I like that guy. Oh. Wait, is this the only one that gets 2? That's the same. That's 100% the same person. Damn. They get a whole new like story. Damn. Are they like important in HIVESWAP, I guess, the game? How would they get 2? Like out of all these characters, why are they getting 2? That's sad. That's sad. It's a sad day. Oh. Oh. And now I do the incredible task of trying to remember where I'm at in prom stuck. I believe it's important. Oh, I don't want to hear myself. Okay, finish intermission 2. Okay. That's where I left off. What is it? MSP Fan Adventure. Prom stuck. Do that. Chat, you look better on this side. You got like a different vibe over here. Ah. Oh. Okay, now I gotta be a little careful. Act 3. Wait, did I read Act 3? I did not read Act 3. Okay. Wait, did I? I don't think I did. Hold on, I'm crazy a little bit. We gotta just double check, double check. I don't think I read this guy, right? Ah, the pain of not leaving a bookmark. Last time I read this would have been that stream. That's the stream I looked at. So I am at Act 3 then, 100%. Okay, okay. Wow. Oh, wowza. Oh. Let's continue this fan fiction. Oh. Yeah. Your name is Erden Empora, and you're never gonna dance again. Look at you. What have you become? Everyone you know goes away in the end. Friends, lovers, that leave-in conditioner which softened without leaving your hair flat. Everything Tamagotchi you ever owned ate a big loaf of bread, then died. Beth Pale dumped you in 8th grade. Like calling her at 6 a.m. with heart palpitations was needy. Pretends like you're not the only one suitable to oviviparously incubate her fry. Oviviparous? Her fry? Car? Acts like you two aren't probably betrothed and might maybe get beach married barefoot to the strains of Gam singing Soul Sister. Roz? Baines? Like there was never a shared moment of passion behind the bike racks. Behind the bike racks. Briss hasn't bothered. I mean, Briss hasn't bothered a mean looking sweeps. Saul won't loathe you. Jay Harley ignores how much you got in common. Glasses. Tav won't do shit despite the explaining and explaining how nobody will ever love him. John, well, it'd break your nubby horned buddy's heart. It would break his heart and he'd wish he'd never underestimated you. Mr. Noir won't even be your stand-in luscious despite being the Humbert to your Trollores Haze? Dolores Hayes? You've never actually read Trolita, but you are sure it is heartwarming. This is your senior prom, the last hive coming dance you'll ever attend. The most action you got tonight was being shoved into the witch of felt high, Miss Snowman, leaving you with a brood punch full of terror and a handful of boob. Well, it might have been boob. You are not actually sure about carapaces. Carapaces. You touched her in a place, wet your gills a little, and wept mutely as she prepared to do murder to you. Then, out of glupping nowhere, Mr. Noir was there, and they shared the nastiest hate snog in existence. She touched his butt. She touched his butt 13 times. This is 13 times more than you ever needed to see someone touch Mr. Noir's butt. You'd stumble away, wondering why Mr. Noir was at prom and why he was wearing his quiet time put pants. Nausea at the vision cauterized inside your eyes. Nauseous. When the situational trauma blindness wore off, Carr was nowhere to be found. He and you had danced together before he got all coy and overwhelmed. Nobody had asked you to dance for like 5 prom comings, least of all car cats. It had been special. Truth is, maybe it had only been special to you. Damn. Your butt shall never be touched 13 times. Oh, damn. Look, Solix could not even bother turning up, choosing to leave his line open as he deals his cracks, hacks, and wares. He attends prom only in cell phone form, and he's still gotten more dances than you have. You would not be surprised to later find Fef furtively, furtively rubbing the phone against her decollage. Decolletage? I can't read. How does he do it? He is consistently Shirley, smells like cough drops and coaxials, and looks like an oily plastic sack of Lego. High school math Olympics tourneys have ordered to shoot him on sight. Despite all this, he is petted and cosseted by girls everywhere like a sexy puppy. You've been hanging out for him to hate you for sweeps. But when he saw your fucking calamitous score in Minesweeper, he just stared at you before quietly patting your face. Wait. This promise changed. Somehow, you can sense traces of mad excitement and Smirnoff Raz. What are these things? What are these changes happening to your prom? Sexy, sexy, soxy, sexy, sexy, sexy. Woo! This prom has been adulterated with booze and teen sensuality. God damn, you're missing out on everything. Sloppy juggalo makeouts, general handsomeness, Terezi's noisome woos. Feeling truly alive for once. Fuck this. You don't find love with a healthy liver. You drink the punch. You become sexy. Holy shit. Wait. Fuck. Fuck. Damn. Ugh. I'm pretty sure this one was finished in 2011 or 2010. This comic or this fan fiction, fan adventure. Sexy Squidward just survives. It's old. My God. But wait, what's this? Oh no. It's proving. Oh. It's proving impossible for anyone to be collaboratively sexy. The chaperones are making sure that anyone who presses their tongues to another's gets swiftly parted before the juices can even settle. Oh my gosh. Equius was watching that. Nobody is able to touch butt, grind hip, or sensually stick their lingual muscle in another's ear. This is bullshit. There is no point in being teen drunk at prom unless you can get your Mac on. Somebody probably died making sure booze went into that punch bowl, and now they've died for nothing. Stay macking it. You can't have this happen. With the addition of dimmed lights, you are 70% sure someone might drunkenly mistake you for a radio. You get kissed, and all these bastards are doing is standing by and letting your hopes slip away. No. You are going to be someone's major regret by the end of the night or bust. Hold on. Pull up my My picture board. Discard. Yes, discard. There we go. There we go. We need him there. Great things to see when you enter stream. Yes. Look at this. You will come on to them on the dance floor. You will come on to them at the refreshment table. You will come on to them in the line to the bathroom and right by the door. You will never surrender. And if, which you do not for a moment believe, the entire population of AHS are too sober to let you come on to them, armed and guarded by their common sense, you will carry on the struggle until, in Godhead Pickle Inspector's good time, you fill all your quadrants and maybe save prom. But how? Well, fucking hell. Crisis mode. So, so mash the fuck out and out A the A. Convince Nepeta that arson is the only way. Damn. Let's go. Arson for the win. I mean, like, this is a fictional story. That's why it's for the win. Oh. Nep, come here. Listen to me. And then I'm not falling for your moronic gambit again. You don't even have Pocky trapped in your pants. And even if you did, I most certainly don't want your gross pants, Pocky. For fuck's sake, Nep. I'm trying to give you an opportunity here to be a hero. You're always blabbering on about love and kisses and shitting tourists. I shitter. Well, nobody's getting glubbing goldfish as long as those chaperones are circling. It's so unfair. Jade and I were having the most perfect moment of Yuri's, and then we got the hose turned on us. Yeah, totally fuck the establishment is what I'm saying. I think it's time we reclaimed this prom. Reclaimed it in the name of love and being able to Yuri whoever the fuck you want when whatever that means. And I don't want to know. When all else fails, use fire, Nep. Are you getting what I'm glubbing about here? You know what I am. You know what I am drunk, and I'm not at all afraid of the police. Let's do it. Nep, are we having a moment? No. This is like, oh shit. So this is a good, like, alternate universe. I like this one. It's good. Fucking March and Stuck goes hard. Oh wait, what else can I do? Kind of like raw. Um, oh, I messed up. Oh wait, no, I didn't mess up. Oh, this is better. Oh wait, this is way better. Oh shit. Like, oh shit. Should just be everywhere on screen. Oh. Every first thing must hurt. How far can you run? for she is already here. Oh, that works. Oh, hell yeah. We're winning. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. My dark goddess arises. You and all your friends have died. Abort, restart, retry. Okay. Go Mac on Rose. She seems to be unattended. Fuck. Well, what do we have here? Looks like we got a lonely wallflower. Or should I say, lonely wall rose.
You should say I am an asshole who came to prom in grape ape formal wear.
Fuck you, Lalande. It's dark orchard. Orchard? Anyway, let's get to the point about you being ditched harder than the Mariana Trench.
I have not been ditched, Ampora. My date is simply busy, micromanaging everyone's love lives, simultaneously being unable to emotionally commit to her own.
You're saying a lot of words here, Rose. Ross, but they're all coming out as, wow, I wonder how far Briss has her tongue down Kron's squeal shoot.
I'd like to invite you to take yourself out to dinner, enjoy a pleasant conversation over a nice meal, get an invitation back home for coffee, then thereupon fuck yourself. It will be excellent practice for the rest of your life.
Looks like I hit the glubby nerve there.
Would you like me to show you exactly how to hit a nerve?
Practice taught you not to accept. Look, Ross, I have a problem.
There's a contender for understatement of the year.
Shut your blowhole. It's about your luscious and John's luscious and the serious dearth of teen but touching we got going on. I'm shrimply trying to ensure everyone has access to romance whenever that romance involves butts or otherwise. This is me being charitable.
Eridan, you once wrote a letter to the school newspaper protesting Toys for Tots as being part of the land dweller agenda.
Holy wait, that's a good one. Wait. Oh, okay, that's solid. That's good. That's good. Wait. Okay. My big ass, my head's in the way. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Do that one. Not gonna make a difference, but oh well. It looks better seen live. Are you gonna tell me how to get rid of them or not?
On the understanding that I am under considerable stress, this is conditional upon one thing. Locate my date.
Talk with the most beautiful girl at prom. Oh, it's her. If you want to find a Kanaya, you have to think like a Kanaya. Naturally, you head towards the nearest gathering of depressed women. You choose to interview the most popular, nicest girl in high school, who, despite being a land dweller, has your full respect and admiration. You know she won't mind you asking her some investigatory questions. She only gets mad when someone is mean to her friends, and then you better watch out. This, this is like their fan. This is like their OC, right? They were shown earlier in the story, I think. Hold on. Uh, oh yeah, I can't go far back because of the Never mind.
Yes, Erden, I certainly see Kanaya verily a few moments ago. She talked tenderly at the door for 3 minutes and then left her dress rippling around her silken thigh and curving to their shape. If only I had known how to ease her troubles, I would have gathered her to me and shown her that even in times of trouble, hope will always exist and breathe in deeply. The scent of her hair smelled both orange blossom and something distinctly Kanaya that I could not define.
Great, great. This will definitely help me in my doings.
Do you also wish to know who is currently ensconced within the bathroom?
No, I couldn't give a frothy cuddle shit. So, hey, there, what's a nice girl like you glubbing around for in a place like this instead of enjoying herself like she ought to?
Well, you see, I am so very beautiful, although I do not believe it for even a second, that people are much too intimidated to dance with me.
Yeah, I know how that is. It's a goddamn cross I gotta bear every day of my life. Well, if you're that desperate, maybe I can find time in my schedule to take you for a spin later. But don't get your hopes up. My dance card is fucking stuffed.
Oh, Erden, I would absolutely love to know. Love to. I know that despite your many character flaws, all you ever need was someone to understand you. But I have also developed a raging urinary tract infection.
Sounds hot.
Do you even know what that is?
Anglefish, if I wanted a school feeding, I'd be in glubbing glass. Okay, jeez, you're nice to look at. You don't exactly know how to flirt. Catch you later, sweet cheeks.
Erden, you are kind of an a-hole.
Consult this year of prom.
Oh shit.
Fuck. Put that there, yeah.
You may approach the prom seer.
Thanks for agreeing to see me, prom seer.
All of you here are my prom wrigglers. Erden, even you. The prom seer lumps her spawn from each possible prom monarch to the darkiest from prom peasant.
Yeah, well, let me tell you, I'm no prom peasantry pyro. I come here as a fucking formal knight errant.
I know. Do you really think I didn't know, anticipating your arrival?
Since I'm working, could not say this. Erden would not have respect for this character, but would simp for everyone. So, yeah. For your, oh well, shit. I didn't mean offense to your almighty prom powers. I just fucking meant
Silence, or bear the brunt of my shenanigans. Or my shindignation.
ugh.
Erden, you have an enemy, an individual who thinks themselves a prom hero, when in reality they are not even a humble hootenanny. In fact, they are quite the opposite. Their actions may yet doom us all.
Prom seer, tell me to find where in this land the fair Kanaya fish appeared to, so that I might save prom, not simply for me, but for the future generations. A prom goer said, the handsome prom knight bent on one knee in front a prom seer who had never before found him this good looking.
Okay, first, you must never roleplay again, as I think I may chunder my Raz. Second, you must give this to the dread prom witch, Lalande, and answer her quest. Answer her quest.
Lip relief frame. What? I don't get it.
She will. She will.
Prom seer, before I go, will you show me my prom future?
You fail, Sarah Ampora. The best kind of rack and ruined. But if you succeed, I can promise you will gain nothing less than your truest desire.
But that's.
Now go. Dave is about to put on bottoms up, and I must butt dance Equius until he develops the vapors.
Fucking awful. Erden, enter fantasy vision of truest desire. Erden, we're having your babies. Wait, this is good. Okay, like this, so then I can send this to people. There we go.
And the babies are you.
Oh, God. Koala babies up the avenue. That's pretty good. Return Blistick to prom. Wait. We love the reference here. Kanaya's Blistex, her bosom companion. She has lips that shed like a leper snake at the slightest change in humidity. To say nothing of Vantus, who uses it as an emotional crutch and therefore smells bewitchingly of emollient at all times. What they share? Ballistics? Yes. Oh, come on, that's unambassadorly disgusting.
I have seen a great and many terrible things. I have seen the Pelagian apply Q-tip to Equiosoc's ear canals. I have seen Vriska's circuit furtively squeeze John's Egbert's blackheads. For these reasons and many more, I will never enter the happy state of moral allegiance.
Okay, Lalande, I get the truly unedifying picture. But just tell me what this means.
It means the scenario has changed. If you want to get rid of my mother and her behatched monarm, I must indulge in every single little ritual cliche that ever existed. Time to call my father.
Pester, perturbed, patern. Emmy's gaming. Uh, uh, I mean, they're like basically the same guy, so I can do
You're on fire.
No,
You're pregnant.
not unless I've immaculately conceived an antichrist.
Well, those are the only things Cal and I are prepped for. Rosita, if you better have a swell reason for interrupting Real Housewives of New Jersey.
I need you to I need you to discharge paternal duty. Mr. Egbert and Mother are currently engaged in a severe bout of what's
I can't read ever.
known as cock blocking.
That's how they enjoy rolling and hitting. Yeah.
I'd like to request a distraction.
How long?
How long can you manage?
You know, do they show reruns of Real Housewives on TV, or am I always going to have to get it on the YouTubes?
Why don't you simply tell Dave you're watching it? You're watching ironically.
Fuck no. I'm not going to betray sweet Caroline, Teresa, Jacqueline, Melissa, and Kathy that way.
I'm loath to sound like an ungrateful teenager, but times is of the essence. Dad.
At least ironically call me Daddy.
No.
Pa.
Not unless we hit the Oregon Trail this coming fall. Look, a package will come for you this weekend containing season 3 of Real Housewives, hidden within the DVD corner of Stop, or my mom will shoot Dave. Won't go near it.
Done. I can get you 40 minutes. So yeah, you're still a goth, correct? Like, that's the thing you're into? Damn, you're even dating a vampire. My little girl is like the fucking Urgoth from which all other goths were wrought.
You can put down that phone, paterfamilias.
Oh, thank Christ.
Wait. What if this doesn't work?
It will work. I'm not sure what avenue of psychological warfare he'll use, but the man genuinely has a brain like a Cray supercomputer and the cunning of Nile serpents. I expected no less than hyper Spartan subtlety.
Fuck.
Help, I'm lonely.
Mr. Strider. Mr. Strider, you know full well we are chaperoning these youngsters to make sure their playful hijinks stay well within the realm of cheeky smiles.
I want to talk about feelings.
Fuck, Strider. Did you scarf like one beer again?
Fuck, Strider, did you scarf like one beer again? And commitment? Oh, his liver's probably seizing up as we speak. It's like a single gossamer strand.
Bro, I must insist you drink a large glass of water immediately.
Are you going to wear? Are you two wearing underwear or what?
The chaperones leave with the swiftness of a flock of migrating cheetahs. The chaperones leave with the stiffness of a flock of migrating cheetahs. Rejoice in butt touch. Oh. This prom has just been doubly upgraded, ascended from the tenuous position of mere sexy to the decantedly promising state of unsupervised. This is no longer the safe prom that the prom committee outlined. This is a prom rife with dark corners and musty, abandoned hallways. This is a prom where highly dubious grinding is fair game. No one will question the activities drunken teenagers choose to participate in under the cloak of smoke machines and multicolored light globes. Prom is saved in fewer steps than you anticipated. All thanks to you, Aridin Empora. Your wildest prom dreams. You are the hero, the prince of prom, just like in all the old stories and your ancestors before you. Densius Dulscar. You decide to celebrate with your victory with some truly Salician dancing. Now that you've saved prom, with grace and dignity, surely no one would ever, ever cruelly turn you down. Glance back at the sea of prom, hoping that your heroic actions and masterful handling of the situation will have impressed her enough to ditch the DJ and join you in deeply emotional and very meaningful but touching dance under the romantic glow of the disco ball. Regards, Seer. But wait, this can't be right. The Seer is still grinning ribbly, Riley? I don't know. As she is aware of some terrible joke that you are not able to participate in due to your overwhelming ignorance. What could she possibly be about? Oh. Okay. Seems that your prom has been damaged. However, well, the reckless actions of this. You know what? Probably a good time to stop for this one, huh? Yeah, I'm like 2 hours 20 minutes into the stream. This was a good spot to stop in this fan fiction. I gotta double check how long it took them to finish this one, but yeah, Homestuck is pretty good, solid. Yeah, make some bigger. Yeah. Um, like, I mean, they mentioned it. I gotta listen to the song.
Are born in the United States alone. Many of these babies climb out of vaginas. Others, the storks birth them. Some are born out of slime in Paradox Space, thanks to a special video
Good
game
night, then.
your mama used to play. But regardless of how these babies may be born, they all come into the world with a special force called love. This is that story.
Okay. Yeah. No, this is going to be the end of the stream. Right. The background music though. That's a little. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Well, this has been another night of me enjoying some Homestuck material. I'm I had people cancel on my plans this weekend. Actually meant this. I had people cancel on the plans this weekend that I had. So I think I might just cancel my weekend plans. It is a shame I already scheduled out the streams though. Maybe I'll do a random thing this weekend. Maybe you'll find me alive. Maybe I'll figure something out. But yeah. Wait, which do you like better, HIVESWAP or Homestuck? Like that's like a difficult question. That's comparing two different things, like very different things. I think. Which do I like more? It would probably be HiveSwap, but I've only played a little bit of HiveSwap, so I can't really say it is HiveSwap, right? I've only played like that first game. And I guess I played FriendSim. FriendSim's pretty good. Played a lot of FriendSim, I guess. That first game really didn't feel like a full game. Need the second one to really get a better opinion on like normal HiveSwap. I also do need to go back through the game and get all the achievements. Gotta like click on literally everything, I feel like 100 times. I think HiveSwap overall is like just like overall like a better experience, but Promptstuck gives us more like quick laughs, quick jokes, and just quips, right? It's like fun. It's fun, stupid. You read like a fan fiction like that less in a different way than you would like play a video game or a game like HiveSwap. So you are expecting less. I guess is the best way to say it. And it's also working off characters who aren't fully unique. They're just not almost flanderized versions of their characters, right? From a Homestuck alternate universe that was popular on Tumblr, I think. So it's like funny things from something I already like, right? The characters I already know. With FriendSim, kind of like throwing characters that I don't know quickly like that, and like a fun, playful way to like visual novel dating sims. This like I guess interesting enough. I actually went to at the convention I was at over the weekend. I went to one of the panels I went to was about anime games. And there's a bad bit. Yeah. Yeah. I went to a panel about anime games, and I was like learning quite a bit. It was probably like my favorite panel I went to. The lady giving the panel was like so into it. I couldn't help but like enjoy it myself. So I like the idea of anime games, right? I guess. At one point they asked a question of like if you played like dating sims before or something like that, or and I misinterpreted as them asking if you played anime. I don't really play anime games. I guess from what I would define as one, because I feel like in like one of these games you need like actual like mechanics to increase your relationship with people. Like I would say Persona's more of an as almost in that closer to that realm, right? Except for you're a guy, not a it's a guy for game for guys, kinda. I assume that's what the target audience is, right? They're talking about first. They talked about what was the first Ultimate game? They were talking about okay. A game called Angelic. They're talking about a game called Angelic. It's like the first Ultimate game or game. It's like one of the first games like even targeted towards women in Japan, kind of. Actually, I'm gonna pull this one back up. Yeah, and they're talking about this one being still very popular in Japan, but this one never really like came overseas very strong. I think it was this one. And they went on about this one for a little bit, and they also talked about the first ever officially translated one. I can't remember what that one was. I think it came out in like 2006. They were talking. Interesting about I think it's this game is the creator of this had some pretty cool quotes. No, was it this one? Maybe not. This must be the wrong one. I can't remember. Maybe it's not Angelic. What was the term? It looked almost familiar, but it kind of had that old glare. Yeah, it is angelic, but yeah, Ruby. Okay, I should be looking at Ruby Party, and I can see the the founder of Ruby Party. Okay. This person's pretty cool. I assume actually a self-made billionaire. I found it. Oh, one of the Japanese artists. Okay, so she's one of the OGs. Okay, yeah. She I guess came to the market saying, "Hey, there's no games for like targeting women in general, like sorry, dating games or targeting women, right? There's like dating games for guys, right? Like tons of them. I guess they were coming out and whatnot, and she decided to like lead a team where they made one, and it was like really solid. I want to check it out, kind of. One of the interesting things they talked about is in the game. At the there's a path where you don't choose a love interest, which is pretty pretty cool for the time, especially what the game is. But I want to check this one out. There's like I have a list somewhere. I have to find my list. Some games I want to check out. I need to buy like a Switch though. I think to place a lot of them. I don't own a Nintendo Switch. I'm not a big Nintendo guy, like modern Nintendo guy. Uh, yeah. Yeah, the Otome panel was probably my favorite one of the panels I went to. Some of the panels are weird. Some could have been cooler. Went to a panel that people were talking about like funny con stories, and all I can remember, this wasn't even the funniest thing. I guess they were talking about they knew somebody who would like pre-chew their club crackers and spit them out and re-eat them. Club crackers in particular. Apparently, it's like better the second time. Like that, King Neptune and SpongeBob the movie, right? Or not SpongeBob the movie, in that episode of SpongeBob where he like eats SpongeBob's burger, spits it out, and eats it again. That's kind of what it was. So I haven't tried that out myself. I might just take their word on it. Yeah. I'm curious though. I still am. It's kind of gross to think about though. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that. That'll be the closing thought. Um, pre-chewed club crackers. If you are interested in wholesome games that are kind of similar to Otome games or games that minor dating aspects, I can recommend some. Yeah, I'm interested in like game like those kind of games in general, kind of. I guess like dating games in general, like the overarching things and things similar. But like what I was saying was I have an not the biggest fan of the relationship building aspect of them. I would much rather play like a visual novel version, like where you don't have to like manage meter and do certain things or like mess up that way. Uh, oh, man, what was this other one they recommended? They recommended some popular ones because it was like a pretty open one. Is is this the game? No, wait, this might be the sequel to their. Oh yeah, it looks like a sequel to their game. Oh, okay, I'm zooming again. I guess I keep doing this over and over again. This is one they mentioned. This one's like a really popular one. like a friends to childhood friends to lovers in a like a kind of a different way. I think this is the one where you like start off as young and then you like grow up with them and different things change stuff and you like customize your character. I think in this one they're explaining quite a bit of it. They're saying you do not need to pay for. Oh, this is it. Okay, yeah, this is what they were talking about, and they're saying the DLC really not that important unless you want to see like weddings or something like that. Yeah, so this was one game I was thinking about checking out. This one's kind of long, so this one's a little different. So I was debating on going on this one on my own, but it looks like they have a sequel. I think I've seen this one before. I've seen this on my search for certain things because this looked familiar. This one didn't look so familiar to me. Oh, you're a patron member for the sequel. Okay. Okay. Oh. So I guess there's nothing I can really explain, but yeah, this game looked interesting to me though. This one caught my attention on that panel. There's a couple more. I have to like look at my phone to like look back at some pictures I took and like notes I wrote down. Yeah, this one really caught my eye though. I'm trying to think of the other one. I can't remember, but I have a habit of going on I guess itch.io. Just it's really fun to play. Okay, I assume based on the PAX East 2020 show. Oh, it's actually fairly new too. I guess it makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. So this is one of the games I was looking at to play and checking out. Let's go back. Okay, this time for real, for real. I'm tired. It's not my normal stream day, so my energy levels feel a little different. And then I canceled my event this weekend, so I don't know. I might just stick to what I said before, since it'll be different to like get people coming in randomly, or I might just do something random on Saturday or something. Do some, I don't know. I like doing random things, and yeah, I think that's it. That's everything I got. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for hanging around, and farewell. Uh, I could. Yeah, it is free, but it's free and 16 hours of total content. But that's everything. Good night. Farewell. And bye.